Okay, so a couple of years ago, I was working at La Bayou on Bourbon. And they got this dude who used to always come to my job to deliver frozen food. Bro, he was like everything. He was tall, dark. He had a pretty smile. He was so polite. He used to always come speak to me. Like, it got to the point to where I knew which days the food was coming. Because I started to check for him. He used to come in there like twice a week and we'll have the same routine. Like, he'll come in the service station, he'll holler at me, he'll run it with me, we'll laugh, joke, and then he'll leave. But he never asked for my number. So after like a few months went by, I used to always see him, and then I stopped seeing him. A new dude started coming in there and deliver the food. So after like 3 or 4 times the dude came, I finally asked. I'm like, say, what happened to the tall dude that used to work for y'all? So he was like, nah, I don't know who you talking about. I was like, yeah, he used to work for y'all like right before you started working. And he was like, man, I've been with the company like 6 years and I ain't never worked with no tall dog dude that used to come deliver here. So a couple of more months passed by, and then Bayou Classic rolled around. When Bayou Classic rolled around, it was real busy, and I remember me having a 10 top. As soon as my 10 top sat down, I got set a 3 top. So I'm kind of like in between tables, and I'm trying to hurry up, right? Now, by it being Bayou Classic, the restaurant is full of black people, and when there's a restaurant full of black people, it's just hectic. Too hectic. Everybody got a damn attitude. So I try to go hurry up and greet my 3 top, and guess what? The 3 top. It was him and 2 other dudes. So when I seen him, I'm like, where you been? And he got up and gave me a big old hug. And he was like, man, I didn't know you still work here. I would have been came back to see you and all that. So I was like, oh, so you don't work for the company no more? And then he's like, yeah, I still work for the company. And as he was talking, my 10 top hollered from across the room. Like they food had roaches in it. And y'all know what black people do when they try to get your attention. First of all, that's disrespectful. Don't at nobody. We ain't no damn dog. So I was so drove because my 10 top was acting up. My manager gave away my 3 top. And I was drove like, my boo is at that table, baby. So I really ain't have no time to talk to him. But when he was leaving out, he gave me his number. I was kind of upset when he gave me his number because I'm like, now I don't know when to call you because I don't want to call you too fast and look like I'm thirsty, you know? So towards the end of the night, we was closing and he passed back. He was like, you gonna use my number, huh? I'm like, look, take my number because I don't know what I done with the paper. So the next morning, he texted my phone. He was like, what's up, Nell? This, such and such. You know, small talk, small talk. Then he asked me when was my next day off because he really wanted to take me out on a date. So I'm like, okay, well, my next day off is Saturday. He was like, all right, cool, Saturday it is. So Saturday, he asked me where I lived at so he can come pick me up. And I'm like, we can meet at this location and I'll park my car and then I'll ride with you. So he was like, all right, cool. First problem was I sat at the location for 45 minutes waiting. Bro, his excuse for being late was so far-fetched. I was like, okay, whatever. Anyway, so we ended up going to Cheesecake Bistro. So when we went to Cheesecake Bistro, what kind of stood out to me was, so he was making jokes saying, all right, well, since you the server, order me a drink. I'm like, well, what do you drink? He was like, man, I'm going to try wine. I said, okay, well, order wine. So he told the lady, can I have a Merlot? So the lady was looking at me like, and I was looking at her like, so she was just like, okay, man, what you want? And I was like, water with lemon. So he just burst out, man, you don't got to get no water, man. I got it. So I'm saying to myself, I'm not getting the water because I can't afford it. I'm getting the water because I don't drink with dummies. So I'm like, all right, well, just give me a Cape Cod. So he looked at the lady like, man, I should have got me one of those. That sound good. I'm like, it's just vodka and cranberry. So I'm just steady saying to myself, let me stop doing that. Because just because I know about my liquors and he don't, doesn't mean he, you know, a jackass. But my problem is, don't try to stunt for me. Anyway, the conversation was, you know, do I have kids and how old am I and how long I've been working in the quarters, yada yada. So I answered all his questions. So I asked him, you know, do you have kids? How's work? What part of the city you from? How many times you been in jail? Do you hit women? You know, stuff like that. So he have 2 kids, 2 different child mothers. One child was like 6, the other child was like 2, which is a little stretch. So I wasn't really tripping too much. He was from downtown and, you know, all the good stuff. But then his phone just kept ringing entirely too much, you know? Even though that wasn't my business, but I just felt like your phone is ringing too much. And even though he don't owe me nothing, but I feel like if I'm on a date and I'm single and my phone ringing uncontrollably, I'm answering my phone and be like, look, I'm on a date. So every time his phone rung, he just kept saying, I can't get a break. I can't get a break. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, are you a drug dealer? Or don't? So we finished up our food, and as we was leaving, I noticed the bill was like $92. And he only tipped her like $4. So I tipped her $20. So the next stop was the movies. Now, on our way to the movies, he asked, did I want to stop at the store and get snacks? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all about store-bought snacks for the movies. But for the first date, no, baby. No. So when we got to the show, the movie had already started. So he was like, well, you just want to wait for the next one? And I'm saying in my mind, no. I'm not about to spend another 2 hours with you. No. So I'm like, we can catch a movie another time. He was like, you sure? I was like, I'm positive. You know, because I don't want you to miss this movie because you really want to see this movie. And I have to work in the morning, so I don't want to be out that late. He was like, well, all right, cool. Well, look, come make a run with me right quick, and then I'll bring you to your car. I was like, I don't like the sound of make a run with me with a dude I barely know. Because it just sound like, come with me to go make this drug transaction with Hollywood Nikki, you know? So anyway, we passed up my car to go make this run. Anyway, so he gonna stop by his cousin's house to pick up some money his cousin supposedly owe him. So when his cousin came to the car, his cousin asked me to get out the car, you know, because he don't know me and he ain't want talking from me. So when he got out the car, I'm like, you know what, bitch? It's time to go. So he get back in the car and ask me what's wrong. I'm like, I'm about to tell you what's wrong, bitch. First of all, you got me in this undisclosed location doing sneaky shit that I don't know what's going on. Take me to my car. He was like, nah, it's not like that. He was like, it's not like that. Dude owed me some money from a bet that me and him had, and I had to come pick it up from him because he supposed to be leaving early in the morning. Another false excuse. So I was like, okay, cool. But look, I gotta work in the morning, and I'm just ready to go to my car. Then he was like, all right, cool. Well, I'm about to bring you to your car, and I work tomorrow night, so I'm gonna be good. I'm like, tomorrow night? He was like, yeah, tomorrow night. And I was like, who you deliver food to at night? He was like, I don't deliver food. When I met you, you was delivering food. He was like, oh, you talking for that truck company? I was like, yes. Where I met you at? He was like, no, I was on work release. Work release? Really? He was like, yeah, I work for a warehouse company now. I just started there like a few days ago. I was like, so what you was in jail for? Man, some minor stuff. It wasn't nothing major. It wasn't major, but you went to jail for it. So as he was explaining his story, his phone rang again, and he finally answered the phone this time. So he answered the phone like, yeah, I'm on my way. I'm about to drop my girl off now. Whose girl is? So he hung up the phone and was like, yeah, let me go drop this car back off. So I was like, drop the car off to who? Oh, I'm dropping it off to my partner. I'm waiting on my car to come off the lot now. I was like, the lot? What lot? Big lots. Because you ain't got no damn car. Bye. The ride to my car was so silent, you could hear him roll over a snail. I'm just sitting in the car like, did this nigga just tell me he's in work release? Like, how did I get here? So he brought me to my car. I got in and pulled off like Jeff Gordon. And I ain't talked to Tommy Strong again. And you know what? I got some words for you ladies that was in my comments about that movie date. Look, ain't nothing wrong with store-bought snacks for the movies. I see why niggas don't go on dates. Because you hoes in my comments, letting them niggas shortchange you. I bet y'all done been on buku dates with a bunch of bum-ass niggas. Because y'all think Popeyes in a red box is cool. Cheap dates is for your man. You know why it's for your man? Because he already put in enough work to give you a cheap date. Especially if he paying some bills. I mean, I don't mind going to Family Dollar and getting some snacks. Hell, I'll even fry some chicken for the movie. But not no first date. Let's see how some of y'all feel when a nigga take you out to dinner and spend $60 and he tell you, oh, look, I'm about to bring you home because I wasn't expecting to spend $60 on you at dinner. But see, that would be cool for you, though, because you feel like he done his part. Girl, bye.